7 o'clock in the morning was shaking this morning for me because the Neighborhood Talk posted about Chrisean Rock airing out her sister's sexual abuse, couldn't get the word out, that she did to her when she was younger. This confirms past stories and past videos that have come up. And I just tried to look the other way because this situation just keeps getting darker and darker. But now we've hit SpongeBob levels of darkness, y'all. There's a lot to this story. Let's talk about it. This is Chrisean Rock's sister, Tekashi. She is a talented singer, but a lot of the drama and all the fighting that gets caught up in their image kind of overshadows that. But you can see out of 12 of the kids that the mom had, these sisters look just alike, even though I think all of the sisters kind of favor each other like deep into the face. Well, allegedly growing up, Tekashi was actually assaulting them, playing house and doing very dirty things as kids. But her nephew outed this situation a while ago. This is Chrisean's nephew, Tristan. I do believe his name is Tristan, y'all. He is the oldest grandchild and the first nephew. And according to him, Mookie, and I hate to say it, Lord Jesus Christ, cover it. He even said Tessa, which I hope is not true. He said also Latifah, which is Tekashi, was messing with him back in the day. Now, this story came out a month ago, 2 months ago. And I stayed up off of it because it was so dark. And I'm not trying to be in litigation over this. But now Chrisean Rock has confirmed it herself. She confirmed the legitimacy of his videos that he was posting. And he said he was very traumatized as a child. He said Chrisean and Petey is the young man where she took the baby to the football game he was playing. He said they grew up with a lot softer, or just not even softer, but they grew up, they was the kids. They seen the tail end of it. They just heard stories of the madness, and they seen kind of how the grandma was on drugs, the grandpa, you know what I mean? Like, they saw stuff, but they didn't bear the brunt like the older kids did. Now, as of like a few weeks ago, she actually, Chrisean had actually gotten her sister jumped. But this was like when she was pregnant, which even though she was pregnant last month, before when she was pregnant, Tekashi was arguing with her, saying stuff to her outside of her bus, and she ended up getting her jumped in Baltimore. Then she explained she didn't feel bad about it. She was just too pregnant to get to her sister first. And we were just like, that's really not cool. But she let out the reasons today, and their older sister confirmed it again. This sister right here came out, which I don't know if that's Tristan's mom. She looks just like their mama. She came out and she said, yeah, basically like, we know that she was into some stuff like that when she was younger. She was doing some dirty stuff. And she did that to my son. It affected my son. Now, the interesting thing about this is when it comes to sexual abuse, I'm definitely not giving anybody any passes. And I know that it's wrong, but you have to be taught that and touched to pass that down. So I'm thinking somebody did it to her. She did it to some kids. Everything was inappropriate. And this is also a case of when you have 11 kids and you can't watch them all. Because this situation sounds like what? The Duggars. You feel me? All them kids, you can't check in and have conversations with everybody. And if you're not having those group talks like, hey, these are your brothers. These are your sisters. These are appropriate touches. These are inappropriate touches. This is how you should feel. This is what you should say. This is how we're going to handle it if something happens. Those conversations not being had. You got a lot of kids. You got a lot of hormones. And let's be honest, crazy stuff happens. So if you are someone that has a big family, please talk to your kids. Talk to your kids. Tell them what is wrong, what is right, what is not cool. Make it a comfortable space for them to be able to come to you. I always think that the worst thing you could do in the world is touch a child, even if you are a child. But it comes from somewhere. So let's try to eliminate that kind of behavior before it gets all the way to a situation like this.